Hello friends! Welcome back to Python Bytes. I'm Burke with Shared Science in Long Beach, California, where creative kids dive into STEM fun. This is lesson 10, where you'll learn about algorithms and the next steps in your Python quest. You should have completed lessons 0 through 9 before you continue, or you'll be completely lost. Still here? Great! This is the last lesson for now of Python Bytes, but don't worry. We'll be launching Python projects soon. Today, we'll do a quick recap of what you've learned in lessons 1 through 9. But first, let's talk about one of the most important things a programmer needs in order to write great code. Any guesses? No? No, that's not it. Nope. All right. If you haven't already, open Replit in your browser. Okay, let's have a look at one of our recent programs. This is the one named class here. Remember the place class? It collects 4 different attributes: name, XY address, contains, and description, right? What if you decide to add something, like say, a Z-axis address for 2-story buildings? It's easy enough to modify the class definition, as long as you remember to change the def line and the list below. Let's just do it right now. XYZ address. Good. XYZ address, good. XYZ address, all 3 places. So that's done, right? Nice and easy. But then you have to update any places you've created. Not too hard with one place, right? For the barn, we're just going to add an additional number to our list. But what if you've got 40 places and you've got to change each one of those places the way that they're defined? What if you have more than one change that you want to make? Well, that's where you'll wish that you'd written an algorithm. You probably think of algorithms as equations, and many of them are just that. But more generally, an algorithm is a process or a set of instructions for accomplishing something. For example, a recipe is an algorithm. Follow the instructions and you'll make brownies. Now, here's the thing. Before you write a recipe, you have to have a pretty good idea of what it is you want to make. And before you write a program, you should have a very good idea of what you want it to do. Sometimes a simple flowchart does the trick. But when you're programming, say, a text adventure, you'll want to make a fairly detailed outline before you start coding. How much do you need to know about a place, or a person, or a thing? Try to imagine what your program will do and be, and write down the details. Write down the details. The more you know before you begin coding, the better off you'll be. Get it? You will, of course, ignore this advice and start coding without a plan. What are we going to do with you? Okay, take a deep breath. Let's go over what you've learned in these lessons. Then I'll point you towards some resources for you to continue learning Python. First, of course, you wrote Hello World, demonstrating how easy it is to print text in Python. And then loops, the secret to programming repetitive tasks, and if, the backbone of code logic. You built lists, which can quickly create and manipulate sets of data, and you learn how to write to and read from files. You wrote your own functions, there they are, to turbocharge your code, and you learned how to import libraries and how to write your own. Where's our import? Oh, there we go, from random. And how to write your own. We've got one written right here called Hello Name. And Hello Name, with the name Gale, returns Gale. You discovered how and why to create classes and objects, and you've already forgotten about algorithms, haven't you? Congratulations! You've picked up quite a lot in these lessons. When you're ready to continue your Python education, there are hundreds of free videos covering all kinds of subjects. Have a look around. One of the best ways to learn programming is to read other people's code. Just search for Python and whatever it is you want to do, and go from there. Just remember that you use Python 3 and not the older Python 2. Shared Science will be offering Python project classes on subjects like writing your own text adventure and building a Twitter bot. If you'd like to hear about upcoming classes, Subscribe to our weekly newsletter or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Check the description of this video for details. Well, that's it for Lesson 10. Python Bytes is complete for now. Thanks so much for hanging with Shared Science. I hope we'll see you again for more creative engineering fun. Oh, all right. I'll take you for ice cream. No, you can't drive.